passage in the stream, longer than it seems. Patient is the night.
The first book is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. Set in the rich farmland of California's Salinas Valley, the story reenacts the fall of Adam and Eve and the rivalry of Cain and Abel in the Genesis story. I feel like this was the only book that I cared about in high school. It is a long book, but I feel like the characterization used and the imagery used to describe the settings that the book was placed in really helps you to dive into the story and captivates you from the very beginning. My favorite quote is, "Names are a great mystery. I've never known whether the name is molded by the child or the child changed to fit the name." The 3 reasons I love this book is the imagery used, the character development of Aaron, and the scar imagery with Kyle and Catherine. The next book is Bud Not Buddy by Christopher Paul Curtis. I read this when I was in elementary school, I believe. Summary set in Michigan during the Great Depression, a young orphan boy, Bud, ventures out to find his birth father using flyers left to him by his mother. I do like coming of age stories, and I feel like this is exactly what that was. I like the journey that Bud embarks upon in finding out his father and finding out who he is. And I love the people that he met along the way that helped him, and even people that hurt him, because it changes him and lets him grow into a person that's independent and striving to better himself. My favorite quote is, "There comes a time when you're losing a fight and it just don't make sense to keep on fighting. It's not that you're being a quitter, it's just that you've got the sense to know when enough is enough." The 3 reasons I love this book is it highlights the trauma of foster parenting, Bud's perseverance, and the point of view from a child's eye. The next book is The Fat Girl by Marilyn Sachs. A dark and ironic take on the classic Pygmalion tale, this book offers a candid portrayal of what happens when the intoxicating thrill of control is infused with love. This isn't what you think it is. Like, it's not about the boy in particular, Jeff, who sets his eyes on Ellen, the girl, and molds her into what he would like, in a sense. And then gets upset when she becomes independent and more embracing of herself and her, her personality. It does highlight the controlling nature of a relationship, and it does show that this isn't the way the relationship should be, in a sense. I think that's very important about this book as well. My poor mother and I were linked in misery and into many other ways. It chilled me as we sat there that night consoling each other, but it helped me too. I wasn't going to end up like her if I could help it. 3 reasons I love this book is it doesn't romanticize the emotionally abusive relationship. We get to see why Jeff is the way he is, and Ellen is able to finally stand up for herself. The final book in this list happens to be my favorite, as you can tell by me writing my name 10 times and everywhere, is The Skin I'm In by Sharon G. Flake. Miss Saunders, who suffers from a rare skin condition, serves as a mirror to Malika Madison's struggle against the burden of low self-esteem that many Black girls face when they're darker skinned. This book did a lot for me when I was younger. I didn't go through the same things emotionally as Malika did in the book when I was younger, dealing with my skin, but it allowed me to be aware of it at a young age. So when I got to high school and I saw it happen right in front of my eyes, I was able to assess it and see that this was in fact true. Because of this book at a young age, I was able to be aware of the distinctions between girls with lighter skin and girls with darker skin, and the way each one was treated over the other. Favorite quote is to look in the mirror and like what you see, even if it's not your definition of beauty. I think that quote solidifies a lot of what this book represents. It taught me to learn to love my skin. just me saying that there was a stain that I never knew was there. But it did prepare me to be ready for the discrimination and the self-hatred inside the Black community that I would be faced with growing up. 3 reasons I love this book. Miss Saunders and Malika's relationship. It touches on the self-hate within the Black community when dealing with shade of skin color. The small words of wisdom given to Malika at every turn to help her love her skin.